damn. I picked the Lakers and the Brooklyn Nets to meet in the finals, and after one game, these damn people got me nervous. They got me nervous. Molly usually tries to keep me calm, but that's usually by slicing and dicing me. They ain't gonna work today. And in the case of Jay Williams, who knows what he's gonna bring to the table? What did I say to you, Molly? When you talk, the camera needs to be on you. The camera is friendlier to you than it is to me. When you hear Molly's voice, put the camera on her. That way, everybody will like First Take. Either way you slice it, you're gonna watch, ain't you? First Take's in the house. Let's go.
LeBron in his 19th season has some familiar faces surrounding him.
Bring out the game. Let's get it, boy. Let's get it.
Down to 30, watching ESPN. Yeah, it's game time. Shot like Curry.
Wing outside. Got it.
50-50K on AD and the Lakers. Make some paper. Every day I'm training, going hard. I'm trying to be the greatest. Feel the king, I'm feeling like LeBron. They know what I'm doing. We gon' drop 150 on them guys. We got too many hoopers.
Triple-double. He's got a triple-double. That is the 8th of his career. A win for Golden State on the road on opening night.
Oh, you know it must be game day because we are suited and booted. Jay Williams, top of the morning to you, sir.
Top of the morning to you guys.
With us. Always good to have you. Stephen A. Smith, how we feeling?
I'm good.
Big night at the Garden tonight?
No doubt about it. The Garden tonight, NBA Countdown in the house, MSG. We here. We here.
What's your chance?
That's what I'm saying. We here. We here. Let's do this. Let's do this.
All right. I'm Molly Karen Rose. We had some games last night. Let's do this. We had a potential Western Conference Finals preview at Staples Center. It was really the big two. LeBron and Anthony Davis both balled 30-plus points, 11 boards, but then Steph Curry and the Warriors took over in the fourth. Curry with his first triple-double since 2016 as the Dubs took down the purple and gold on their home floor. Still without Klay Thompson, 121-114. Russell Westbrook still trying to fit in with his new squad, a work in progress. He had 8-5-4 with 4 turnovers. He's used to averaging a triple-double. Here's King James on that subject.
I just think it was just the first game jitters. Put too much into it. Just probably was a lot just going through his mind, just being a kid from LA, watching the Lakers growing up, and then however many years down the road, now you're putting on a Laker uniform and you're stepping into Staples Center. You're probably, I can only imagine how many friends and family have contacted him over the last 48 hours, wondering if they could come and see his first game as a Laker. So those things, those demands and those asks and those things will wind down as the season go on and on. So not worried about Russ at all. Just need to be himself.
Okay, the audio not the best there. But clearly he sounds a little defeated. I mean, they were defeated. Jay, I want to start with you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you worried about Russ?
No.
And this Lakers team, this chemistry?
No. Russell Westbrook last night with him on the floor, they were minus 23 in 35 minutes. With him off the floor, they were plus 16 in those 14 minutes. So, look, I know those stats will be very revealing for people in that first game, watching Stephen Curry not play well and they still win. But this is going to take time. I'm not going to be one of these people that goes on national TV and has a knee-jerk reaction and says, oh, now they're going to have issues. The question that's going to loom around Russell Westbrook, LeBron James said it, he has to be Russ. But he can't be the Russ he was before. He has to be the Russ that is willing to take on a different role with this team and play, understanding that when AD is a top 5 player, AD will be that player. LeBron James will be that player. So for Russ, how do you do more back cuts? How do you play with more energy? Pick your positions, pick your times, your spots a little bit more. Russ can still be very effective on this team. His role is just going to have to slightly change than what it's been his entire time in the league.
Well,
are you going to have one of those knee-jerk reactions, Stephen A?
Relax. Here I come. Jay Williams knows his basketball. I'm not about to question that, but we know I know mine. And I'm going to tell you something right now. There's a reason to be concerned, even after one game, because it's not about the numbers. Forget the numbers for a second here. Yes, you were minus 23 with him on the floor. There's no doubt about that. We get all of that. That could be an aberration. Rush could have a great game, and still that might be the case in some instances because of the way he plays. I'm talking style of play. I'm talking about what you got to look at. I've been saying for years, even though he's a walking triple-double, What's the problem with Russ? It's not his character. It's not selfishness. It's not some of these things that people try to tear him down about. No, that's not the issue with Russell Westbrook. The issue with Russell Westbrook is that he can't shoot. That's the issue. And last time I checked, that hasn't changed. 1 year after another, he's not a shooter. He can make jump shots here and there, but is he a reliable perimeter shooter? The answer is no. And where's that going to get the Los Angeles Lakers? Jay Williams, you know basketball. That's what this comes down to. We're talking basketball here. If you got Russell Westbrook and he can't shoot the basketball from the perimeter, you can't put him at the 2. If you keep him at the 1, you can't bring Rondo in the game. If you're not going to have Rondo in the game, you're not going to have elite point guard play in the game, which ultimately means that LeBron James at some point in time is going to have to go back to what we've always known him to be, essentially the point guard / point forward, the cerebral mind of your offense, and you're going to have to do that in order for this team to be successful. Remember, when Russell Westbrook was on the court with Rondo, they were on the court together for about 7 minutes, and they were like a -15 in 7 minutes. Why? Because you have no perimeter threat. And you got to take into consideration who you're going up against. You're going up against a Golden State Warriors team last night. Let's put this stuff in perspective, please. This not only was not a Klay Thompson, because we all know what that brother, that future Hall of Famer brings to the table, one of the top 5 shooters in the history of the game. James Wiseman is no scrub. He wasn't in the lineup. He was out yesterday. You had Looney back up in there. Kuminga, he was not in the lineup as well. You went and Steph Curry had a bad game. By the way, despite all of that, you still lose this game to the Golden State Warriors. They still beat you. Steph had a bad game. He called his own game trash. Even though I don't call a triple-double trash. Yeah. But he called his own game trash. And then you take into consideration the fact that you got Anthony Davis with undersized dudes on him shooting fall-away jump shots. That's not going to cut it.
Are you a DEFCON 5? DEFCON 10?
No.
Where are you?
No.
Where are you in the worries about the Lakers?
No. What I'm saying to you is this. You have to play differently in order for this team to be successful. Now that brings us to Frank Vogel. Is he the man that can make those adjustments?
Well, that's going to be the question.
Well, see, there we go.
That's the question.
But that's where I was going to Jay, because I know Jay knows his basketball. You see what I'm saying? I'm saying it's the domino effect. One issue creates another with the Los Angeles Lakers. That last night was what I consider to be the Western Conference Finals matchup. And I'm here to tell you something right now. I got the Lakers as my favorite coming out of the West.
Yeah.
They can't beat the Warriors playing like that. They're going to have to play differently. And we're going to have to see them play differently in order to do it.
11 new players on this team. Chemistry takes a minute to actually come together. You talk about Frank Vogel. Frank Vogel is a defensive-minded coach.
That's right.
Which this team is actually going to have to get better defensively.
That's right.
We saw Carmelo Anthony get isolated multiple times last night down the stretch. That's going to be a question for them.
Yep.
Offensively, though, I'm trusting LeBron.